I'll discuss the Chinese fantasy romance movie, Oversize Love. Somewhere in East China, a teenage photographer named Xiao Xi runs a home studio. She is surrounded by stunning women for photo shoots all the time, which makes her feel awful about her overweight figure. Xiao Xi has attempted numerous weight loss strategies, but she never seems to be successful. She enjoys stalking celebrities as a pastime. Huang, an actor and model, is her current infatuation. She reads a quote in one of his interviews suggesting that he exclusively prefers women who weigh 45 kilograms or less. Immediately after, Xiao Xi steps on the scale and discovers she has gained nearly double the weight. Because she has been able to attract an attractive buddy like Han, her companion advises her to stop feeling awful about her appearance. Han has accompanied Xiao Xi since middle school. He is still close friends with her and is now a well-known music producer. Xiao Xi protests that they are simply friends when her friend considers dating him. She knows in her heart that Han would never choose a woman like her. Every Saturday, Han and Xiao Xi get together to work out in the park as part of their custom. Xiao Xi runs to the park as her buddy reminds her about the date. The first time Han and Xiao Xi met is revealed in a flashback. Han used to be the overweight student in middle school, as opposed to now. He was frequently bullied by his classmates but was unable to defend himself. Additionally, he didn't have many friends, so when Xiao Xi one day defended him from the bullies, he instantly grew close to her. She was the one who initially noticed his musical aptitude and forced him to pursue his aspirations. They gather at a park to work out in the present. Xiao Xi collapses on the ground 30 minutes into the training. They go to their preferred pavement eatery and devour a lot of food as is customary. The amount of food that Xiao Xi can consume by herself astounds the onlookers, but Han is unconcerned in the least. He always compliments her on her beauty and has never had an issue with her weight. The friends go clothing shopping one day. Being overweight has always made it challenging for Xiao Xi to purchase clothing. She tries on a white dress, but due of her size, the neckline tears down. She is regrettably forced to purchase it due to the damage. Han inquires about her birthday wishes as they make their way back home, but Xiao Xi quips that she simply wants a gorgeous man to date her. Xiao Xi sees an abandoned rabbit on the road after the two part ways. She takes it home since she feels awful for it, but she doesn't see that its eyes are glowing. The next morning, a crew knocks on her home asking to shoot at the studio due to an unexpected change. When she learned that the shoot's model was Huang, a celebrity crush of hers, she gave them permission. She describes the entire photo shoot as a dream. Huang later comments that she has attractive eyes and, with a little weight loss, may become a good model. She then hears his aide disparaging her as ugly and pleading with him to avoid her for the sake of his reputation. She starts wrapping her legs in plastic the next day, eating well, supplementing, and working out more than ever. But after working so hard, she has only lost a little over 1 kilo. She unintentionally smashes the sofa that night with her weight and tumbles to the ground. The bunny is wandering around as she lies helplessly, almost as if it were guiding her somewhere. She pursues the animal till she finds an abandoned mansion in the area. She is sucked into a vibrant upside-down room as soon as she enters the house by the floor. When Xiao Xi tries to move in a panic, gravity doesn't seem to work in the space. A senior citizen then appears in front of her and requests that she make a wish. At first, Xiao Xi panics and tries to flee, but the absence of gravity simply causes her to float. The man gives her a blue drink known as the Dream Fixer once she has calmed down. She is expected to instantly realize her dream thanks to it. Xiao Xi takes a gulp of it despite her initial skepticism and goes to bed. The following morning, when she awakens, she hardly recognizes herself in the mirror. She is slender since her physique has substantially decreased. She rests on the bed for a while, trying to process everything. She then receives a call from a friend requesting that she deliver the photos from the most recent photo shoot to Huang Ke's assistant. Xiao Xi wears the item of clothing she had to purchase due to the damage when none of her other options fit. The people she was familiar with earlier do not recognize her as she makes her way to Huang Ke's hotel, but bystanders stop to admire her beauty. Huang feels the same way towards her. He says he's seen her before, but he's not sure where. Xiao Xi's back and chest both start to get larger at once. She leaves without providing an explanation after realizing that she is reverting to her more mature self. She consumes the potion once more at night, and by morning, she has lost weight once more. Han is concerned when she gets to the house because she hasn't touched her phone in a day. She is wearing a headscarf when he barges in. She initially poses as Xiao Xi's acquaintance to avoid explaining the problem, but Han promptly recognizes her. Although she is noticeably thinner than before, he doesn't really notice the difference because he had never seen her as less attractive due of her weight. He is told by Xiao Xi about the potion's effects on the human body. The outcome is in front of Han, but he doesn't want to believe it. A few minutes later, she gains weight once more and learns that the potion's effects only last for 10 hours. Han disapproves of the strange changes she is making to her physique. Knowing that Huang, the actor, used the drug to win his favor, he also feels envious of her. The fashion industry-trained assistant of Han decides to give Xiao Xi a makeover. After experimenting with various facials and haircuts for a week, Xiao Xi completely transforms into a stunning young woman. Huang Ke is the model Han has hired for his upcoming music video. On the set, Huang Ke asserts that he wants a more attractive partner because he doesn't have a connection with the female protagonist. The female lead rushes off the set and leaves after being offended. Just then, Xiao Xi shows up looking even more gorgeous. Since she has the appropriate body and face, Huang Ke offers they employ her as the model. Han initially disagrees with the proposal, but when the director supports it, he is forced to concur. The team gathers each day for the shoot for the following week. Han feels envious of Xiao Xi's adoration for Huang Ke. He makes Huang Ke take many shots while pointing out minor acting mistakes to vent his displeasure. It creates an unspoken rivalry amongst the men. The script eventually gets a kissing scene added by the filmmaker. Han is adamantly opposed to the notion, so to make it appear as though they are kissing, he has them cover their faces with an umbrella. Huang Ke asks Xiao Xi out on a date the next day. When they arrive at the theater, Han is sitting directly behind them. He says it's just a coincidence when questioned what he is doing there. He accompanies them wherever they go, pretending to be traveling in the same direction. He keeps an eye on them even when they reserve a secluded cabin at a restaurant by standing by the entrance. Xiao Xi wants to go home when it becomes dark, but Huang Ke persuades her to attend a party with his buddies instead. Her fingers and then her entire arm begin to expand after only a short while of meeting his friend group. She runs to the restroom and hides in a stall sobbing uncontrollably. She has no way to get away because Huang Ke and his friends are waiting for her outside. Han shows up to save her while dressed as a mascot, just as the truth is about to be revealed. Without Huang Ke knowing, he forces her to wear it and takes her outside. When Huang Ke witnesses Han conversing with another obese woman, he asserts that he is far more capable than a random fat chick. When Xiao Xi overhears the remark, she becomes discouraged. Although she is aware that Huang Ke merely finds her attractive, she finds it difficult to let go of the thought of them being together. Han drops her off to her house and informs her that she has changed. In addition, he reassures her that even if she continues to be who she is, she will meet lots of guys. Because even he could never consider her as anything more than a friend, Xiao Xi knows he is lying. Xiao Xi was in love with Han in high school, as is revealed in a flashback. She overheard Han's friend making fun of her one day, and Han afterwards said he didn't like her that way. After that she gave up on attempting to get his attention. Han is asked if he regrets not asking Xiao Xi out when she was still obese while he and his pals are drinking afterwards. Han recalls the incident from high school when Xiao Xi told her friends that she didn't feel anything for him. Despite being in love, they were unable to communicate their feelings to one another due to misunderstandings. Their filing team gathers the following evening to celebrate the conclusion of the shoot at a restaurant. In the lavatory, Han and Huang Ke run into one another and get into a small argument. The argument quickly devolves into a fight. To stop them, the crewmates must drag them apart from one another. Later, Han and Xiao Xi take a joint homeward stroll. He challenges her to consider Huang Ke's reaction if she returns to her former weight. Xiao Xi, on the other hand, asserts that Han hasn't treated her any better. Han's eyes sparkle like the rabbit's earlier when she talks about the time he was bullied. Xiao Xi is preoccupied with the fact that he can't recall ever being bullied, therefore he doesn't notice it. The following scene finds Xiao Xi and Huang Ke out to supper. If she put on weight, would he still like her the same, asks Xiao Xi. Huang Ke responds that they ought to discuss upbeat topics, such as her prospective acting career. She understands that if he sees her for who she really is, he won't hesitate to leave her. She returns to the old mansion after dinner and asks the miracle worker for a potion that will last forever. He offers her the potion but cautions her that it might have unfavorable side effects on her life. Xiao Xi consumes the medicine while being deceived by her desire to be Huang Ke's girlfriend. Han begins to forget about her at the same time. He only recalls that she was someone he knew when he was a kid. The music video's debut takes place the next day. As Xiao Xi enters the room for the press conference, she senses that the crew is staring at her differently. When she tries to speak with Huang, he ignores her. She learns that the rumor about her getting liposuction has been spreading online as they are mobbed by the media. Huang declares that he is dating someone else because being seen with her would be bad for his reputation. A few of Xiao Xi's supporters in the audience toss their drinks at her for making up her beauty. Han delivers her upstairs after rescuing her from the press. Xiao Xi quickly comes to the realization that he only recalls the chubby Xiao Xi and believes they haven't spoken in a long. She attempts to show him their photos together, but none of them have her in them. Han assumes she is in shock from what happened earlier when she starts sobbing. Huang visits her home a week later. She invites him inside, anticipating an apology, but instead he asks her to get Han to sell him a song. She requests that he go after learning that he only intends to utilize her for her power. After the encounter, Xiao Xi runs to his office where he discovers a photo of the two of them from high school. She now understands that she has been holding back her feelings for Han even though she has always loved him. She then returns to the deserted house and begs the man to transform her back into her regular self. He offers her one last opportunity and permits her to change. Xiao Xi runs to the playground and runs into Han after gaining weight once more. She sobs in relief that he remembers her as he addresses her by name. The couple is at their preferred laneway restaurant a year later. Xiao Xi has become more physically fit by this point, whereas Han has significantly put on weight. She tells him that she would always adore him as the film comes to a close. To support the channel, switch on the notification feature, subscribe for more videos like this, and leave a like. I appreciate you coming.